All right, so I have been looking for a very long time for a plugin that can give me the photo results that I have wanted for a long time. And the only plugin, the only preset that I've been able to find that does this is Dehancer. Now, you'll have seen this video about Dehancer for DaVinci Resolve. And I use Dehancer for all of my video editing, my color grading. It's the only thing that I use now. I truly love Dehancer, and I think it's a phenomenal program, and I wanted something like that for photo. So we're gonna go through and talk about Dehancer, the process that I take when I'm editing my photos and how I think about that. I've got a couple examples that we're going to do, so we're gonna just, without further ado, we're just going to hop into the computer. We're going to go ahead and do this now, and we'll meet back here afterwards.
Okay, so now that we're in the computer, we're going to go ahead and we're going to open up Lightroom Classic. And this is how we're going to go about doing our video here, or this is how we're going to go about editing our photos. Now you can see I sort of have some photos edited. I've kind of edited some how I wanted them edited, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at a few different ones that I want to edit as well, and also one that I'm going to do a little differently. So let's go ahead and jump into the first photo right now. All right, so this is the first one we're going to go ahead and edit, and what you're going to do is you're going to click edit, right click and click edit in Dehancer Lightroom plugin, and it's going to make you edit a copy with Lightroom adjustments. Now you can go ahead and edit this photo how you want to, do all the exposure, the saturation, all of that beforehand, and then edit that in Dehancer. But I actually like to edit everything in Dehancer because I feel like it really gives you a full film profile, and I don't want to take away from those characteristics that you get with this film plugin. So I just go ahead and actually do it all in the Dehancer plugin. So we're going to hit the edit button right there. Now, what it does is it opens up your last edits first. So if you've done any last edits first, that's what it'll do. So if we like take the preview off and on, you can see what it does. One of the things I love about Dehancer just in general is how many film stocks they have. It's pretty insane the amount that they have. They actually do have CineStill 800T, which that's the film stock that I want to use for this photo, because that's kind of why I took this photo, was for that film stock. Okay, so you can see here we've got this beautiful image here. I don't like the contrast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here, and under Film Developer, it's already checked, but if it's not, check it. I'm going to pull back on the contrast boost a little bit because I don't like how much contrast there is. So we're going to go to, like, let's just say -50. And then under color boost, I'm going to actually boost that up a bit more to about 50. Okay. Film compression. If you don't know what any of these mean or are, I'll try to explain it a little bit. Film Developer is kind of like the way that you actually would develop your film. So if you develop your film in certain ways, you're able to do different things. So like if you overdevelop it, you can add more contrast and stuff. And if you underdevelop it, you get less contrast. So film characteristics are built on how you develop the film stock itself. So that's what this Film Developer is. The film compression, I don't really understand. All I know is that it plays with the highlights. So if you look at the impact, you see how, like, when I go up and down with the impact, the sky gets brighter or darker. That's kind of how it is. And you can go tonal range to kind of like mess with the highlights. So I kind of like it something like that. This is what it is before, this is what it is after. I like that kind of moody, contrasty look. They have this expand tab, which just kind of messes with the blacks and the white points. I'm just going to leave it how they have it. They have the Kodak 83 film print already done, and I will leave that. Now, color head. This is one of my favorite sections. I want to go ahead and make this a cooler image, but I only want to affect the sky. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in some blue right here. We're gonna add in some cyan. I'm gonna add in a little bit of green. And then what I'm gonna do is, you see the shadows tone right here. I can take it all the way down and it hits the shadows. I can take it kind of all the way up and it changes the tone to more of a green. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the shadows to where they're kind of sitting at a good spot. I like it right there-ish. The highlights, I'm gonna go ahead and try to add more blue into. I guess that's not gonna work. Midtones, I'm gonna add that blue into the midtones. So you can see how it's changing it. And then there you go. So this is what it would be before, this is what it would be after. And I like this kind of cool look here. Now film grain, you can turn this off and you get this. To me, that looks gross. I like the film grain, but I think it's a bit much. I'm gonna pull the size down just a tiny bit, and then I'm gonna pull the amount down. Because if you pull the amount down to 0, you can see there's some. I'm probably gonna pull it up to about like 2 or 3. I like that. Just adds a nice little texture into the actual image. And that's all that I'm gonna do here in this photo. So you can see here's a quick before, and you can see it looks kind of like a sunset, but I wanted it to be more of a cool, chill look. So we went ahead and did that. And to me, it changes the whole look and dynamic of the photo, but I find that it's a lot better, in my opinion, the way this is, because it's almost mimicking that film look, and I really love the film look that you can get. So we're gonna click OK, and what it's gonna do in Lightroom is it's actually going to create you 2 images, the original and then the after. So you get these 2 images and it just creates a copy of that. We're gonna take one last shot and let's go ahead with this shot of my wife right here. We're gonna make these corrections a little bit. Highlights bring down. I'm gonna bring these shadows up. I don't know why, but Lightroom really killed that edit. So before and after, you can see just a little bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and edit this in Lightroom plugin. Okay, so now we're back here. Do a crazy one. Okay, let's do a crazy one. Let's take this Lobochrome purple. Okay. So here's the before, here's the after. Here's one thing immediately I don't like. This highlight stuff is too bright. So I'm gonna take this down and I'm gonna go ahead and just swing that tonal range in the impact to kind of really bring this down. White point, I'm gonna bring down even more, kind of just add a little bit back into there, and then take out some of that color density. Okay, this is kind of weird. We're gonna add some contrast into here, not too much, because I know that film doesn't generally have a bunch of contrast. We're gonna go up to here and add some more color boost. Contrast boost, let's go exposure compensation. Let's take this down. I kind of like this coming down a little bit, like that. That's kind of cool. Let's preview off and on, and then let's go. We're gonna go ahead and add, let's see, halation. I'm gonna do that. Okay, mask mode off, so you can see the halation's being added to her. The bloom is being added to her. I like that. Let's go with grain. I think what I'm gonna do is increase the size a bit, and let's actually increase the amount a bit. This one's a crazy one, so we're gonna go real crazy. So you're gonna pull out, you're gonna see all this grain, right? I think it dirties up the image enough. I feel like this is just a weird shot. It was a good shot of her. I like the shot, but again, it was a little bit weird. So I think what I'm gonna actually do is warm this up a bit. Where's the, you can kind of mess with the temperature and tint. I think that's good. So let's hit OK. Let's go to the ones that I've edited now so we can see them. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and take a look at these photos we did. So first of all, we started with this shot, which was just kind of boring. The only reason I took this shot was the airplane was in the frame with the public market from Seattle. So just kind of thought that was a cool little shot right there. So what we did was we made that cool. Made it like an actual cool colored image. So you get the public market, which has the halation and the bloom around it. And then you've got this jet in the air. So that was kind of a cool shot. Then we have this shot, which was kind of like a boring shot. I knew it was going to turn into something decent. We have, you know, these people walking here on the ferry. We've got all the shadow right here. We've got this lone dude sitting on his computer who's a business type. So what I did was I went ahead and edited it to make it look older and stuff. So yeah, 30'd up the image, kind of pulled down on the highlights you can see right there. And yeah, then we had this shot of my wife, which I liked the shot, how there was this perspective of her between these things. She's obviously standing on a pier. It's a pretty decent shot. And what we did was we went ahead and we did something crazy with it. This is why I love Dehancer, because they have some crazy stuff and you kind of just mess around with it. And it just is pretty unique to me what you can do. So anyway, here are the final shots. I'll put them up on the video, but here are the final shots of this. And I absolutely love this, the way that things happened. So anyway, let's go back to main Jeremy.
Okay, so there's my process for how to use Dehancer. Now, it is a bit of a pricey program, so if you use my discount code right here, you can get 10% off. I get a small kickback, but it costs nothing more for y'all. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section below. I personally really love Dehancer, and I think it gives you great imagery. I plan to use this on some commercial work that I'm doing coming up, and I'm excited to continue to use it. So with that, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. If you want to subscribe to see more, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified when I post more videos. With that, I hope you all have a great day. Stay safe.